pick back up. Who would like to go first?
I think Glen first.
Ooh, I'm not sure what you mean we do me first.
Like, Wick talking
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
to...
I was like, wait, what? Sorry. So I guess they can be anywhere?
Yeah, maybe they're, like, at the inn. Maybe in,
Okay.
Maybe in Wick's room.
Okay, so Glencora comes out of her room and kind of like looks out the window and kind of snoops to see what's going on, and then walks past everyone's room and looks to see if anyone's out. And when she stops outside Wick's door, she really, really lightly, just like that, really quiet, that if you're not doing anything, you can hear knocks at his door.
It's open.
She pushes her way in and kind of smiles at him, but she looks a little bit sheepish, like she's not exactly sure how to start talking.
He's
But she
sitting.
eventually kind of says, "Hey, I just wanted to check in on you."
Hey. He's sitting on the floor in like a meditative style with like fingers pressed together and just kind of like chilling. There might be like some fire like flickering around his horns, but it's very slowly going out. He just kind of smiles. And he's like, "I'm here. What's up? You okay?"
I'm good. I mean, when you caught on fire, it was a lot, and I wasn't sure if you were okay or if you needed to talk about it or if I
Uh,
could help.
I was not okay. Um, I know I put on this big happy sunshine face for you guys, but I wasn't okay. I'm not okay. I'm gonna be. Can't stay sad forever, you know? But no. No.
Is there anything I can do to help make you more okay?
Sit with me if you want for a little
She
bit.
kind of smiles and she plops down beside him and kind of sits cross legged and kind of mirrors his sitting position. She's like, "What were you doing?"
Uh, Meditating? As stupid as that sounds.
You want to show me how?
Sure. He's gonna, like, reposition her legs and, like, show her where to put her fingers together. Um, my, uh, my grandma used to do this with me when I was little. Um, August doesn't know, but she was my favorite. Not my Grand Mimi, my grandma. Um,
Do you find it makes you feel better?
Yeah. I really loved her a lot, but, can you keep a secret?
Yeah, anything.
August doesn't even know this, so I just keep it a secret, okay? Um, I loved my grandma, but I kind of idolized my grandpa, and
Mm-hmm.
I, I think you guessed. I mean, he's gonna like unclip his toga and like pull it down and like show you the scars across like the underneath of his pecs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, right? I don't have to say it.
She kind of looks over the marks and her lips kind of twitch a little. And she just sort of like meets his gaze and nods and says, "You don't have to say anything you don't want to say."
Yeah, I mean, it's not a secret. I don't keep it a secret. Half my tit hangs out all the time, and he's gonna clip himself back up. But my family is very accepting. They love me, and I love them, except my grandfather.
Why is that, if you want to share?
He he used to hit me because of who I am as a person.
Well, that's not okay. I guess that's why the incident down in the underground hurt so hard or hit so hard.
Yeah, because when the person you love more than anything in the world tells you that you are less of a person, um, yeah, it it fucks with you, and it's not okay. And I am more of a man than he will ever be, obviously. But I thought I was over it. You know, you always think you're over it until it's right there in front of you.
She kind of like gives him a little smile and a shrug and just says, "You never know how trauma is going to affect you and how it bubbles back up. That's the tricky part about it."
Yeah. August never asked. He never even hinted that he wanted to know. I don't think he ever caught on. He just kind of has only ever seen me happy. And he knew me like when I was little before I figured out who I am. You know, you'd think you'd see things being your best friend and all.
Sometimes it's hard to see the things that you don't want to see, especially when it's someone you care about,
Yeah. He
especially if you
cares.
think it might be hurting them. It's easier
Cares
not to notice.
so much.
Is it something you think you don't ever want to talk to him about?
I don't know. I just like to pretend that everything's fine. You know? That this big. I'm not stupid. I know I'm not smart, but I'm not stupid. I see when he rolls his eyes at me. I see how he scoffs. I hear it. I'm not stupid. But I want to pretend that he's still my best friend. That, you know, that he cares. Because I care about him. I care about all of you. You especially. And I just want to make sure that you guys are okay. Because I know I will get over this. I will chill out. It will water under the bridge. You know.
I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I would like to assume that everyone else would be comfortable in me agreeing or me saying so. But I think the small things is that even though we haven't been here that long, everything that's happened to us has created a bond in a family. And we're all here for each other no matter what. Maybe you don't feel like you can talk about it with us now and with everyone, but I hope one day you get to the point that you can be vulnerable with us because we are on your side and we're on your team.
That's why I wanted to tell you, Glencora.
She like kind of reaches over and gives them a hug.
He hugs her back.
As long as you don't set anyone on fire, I think we'll be okay.
Oh,
But
not
if you
even
want,
a little
I can
maybe.
prepare destroy water or create water.
I don't think I'd hurt any of you ever. Not on purpose.
She smiles and kind of like taps on the wood floor, assuming it's wood, and says, "But if you start taking trees down, you know I'm going to put you out."
Yeah. Hey, if the tree attacks me first, I think I have every right.
She kind of shakes her head and rolls her eyes and said, "I guess we'll have to see what happens then. But other than that, I think we're good."
Hey, Glenn, um, I'm really, really glad that you're my friend.
I'm really glad you're my friend too. I don't think there's many other people I'd want to be doing this with.
It's rad.
She kind of like has seen him do it, but she's never done it herself. So she kind of like offers a fist to him in like the most awkward fist bump you've ever seen.
He is 100% going to give her a fist bump back and laugh very happily.
Well, I should maybe start preparing my spells, I guess, to get ready for our next outing. Do you have any requests of things you'd like me to get set up for you?
Hmm. Heal on hand.
That I can do. I know you'll get into trouble at some point and you'll need me to heal you.
As long as I'm taking the hits and you aren't.
He kind of smiles and hops to her feet and like pats his shoulder and is like, "Well, I'll see you later, okay?"
Okay.
And she heads back out and goes back to her room and sets up about getting her spells and doodads in order for their next adventure.
So.
All right.
I'll say that I don't know if I have the energy for like a conversation between August and Wick, especially following that. But maybe the next. Are we going to the next morning, or can we do a quick next morning? I know you're going to skip time, but
yeah, of course.
The morning after that, I'd say that, like, if Wick comes out of his room, even as early as Wick comes out of his room, he'll actually find a plate of food, like already prepared, like breakfast, because he loves breakfast. And it'll just have like a little card written, or not a card, but like, you know, a piece of paper under it that just says, "I'm not good with this kind of thing, but I want to let you know that you don't always have to hide it behind a smile like you always have."
Wick is going to eat his breakfast and cry.
Oh my god.
Oh. No.
Yeah, I think any days after that, it's gonna be like it never happened.
No.
It's gonna take like a day or two of just being really sad, and then after that, it's like, nope, nothing happened. He's just
Well,
back to his chipper self.
cured meat is good with salt. So. So some time passes, and the waiting continues. Through the town, there is a bit of aftermath of the events that slowly unfolds over time. Harburg follows up and investigates the underground there while the town works on shoring up and basically building over the hole. And Holbert pretty much figures out that the believers aren't just abusing the child; they're murderers. They find the bodies, of course.
Yeah, we killed people.
You find out that Grund admits that he helped stash the corpses, that he knew about them. And you find out that Meliko of the quarry and Ilmeth, the wagoner, are brought in.
Could you write these names down of the bad guys?
I will.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So, that's fine. There's a reason why I set things up the way I did.
Yay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note of who has been outed as a believer, which is the group.
Okay.
And then I'll give you an exposition of what they were about in just a second.
Because we obviously have no idea because we murder first and don't ask questions.
They can eat shit.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm including it in the town list.
Awesome.
Wait, I accidentally just wrote Braylon's name down. Damn it.
How dare.
That's a child!
Well, he was buying into the shit.
I mean, okay, you know what? He probably technically was a believer if we're, like, being...
I don't think he's going to stand any sort of trial.
Hopefully not.
No, because,
This is an indoctrination.
yeah. There's going to be some stuff that unfolds over a long period of time, but this is just the short-term aftermath.
Okay. Ah, damn it, dyslexia. Can't write. I can't ever have nice notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck this guy's name. There's too many G's and A's and U's. Bara Augustus. Bara. How did I just miss Bara? That is.
All right. So basically, the three main ringleaders are the elders of the village, Marlando Gelker, the barber, and the black market guy. Elberry Maliko, who's in charge of the quarry, and Ilmeth Whalver. Maliko maintains her innocence in the face of all evidence, blustering loudly. Whalver breaks down immediately and confesses his involvement. Gelker eventually confesses once he realizes that he's been confessed against. They admit that so what they tell you, they were basically in charge of keeping the floating stones underneath safe. They believe that the stones tell messages through their movement. They weren't quite sure how it worked exactly, but basically the stones were portents that they used to divine what was happening in the town. So of course they want them left alone. Several months ago, a priest of a weird cult came in named Larak, and he said he could interpret the stones. And he's able to read messages from the stones to tell the believers what the stones are saying. They then say that eventually the stones were demanding sacrifices, so they would kidnap adventurers that were traveling around the area, bring them down and sacrifice them. They also believe that the senders of those messages were the Delvers, which are the bodies that were underground in that room. Not the dead bodies they sacrificed, but the corpses that were in the floating stone room in that tomb. And they did what they did because they thought it was best for the village in their superstitious belief. But their crimes are a little bit unforgivable.
A little bit.
And so they've been arrested. Question over who's going to run the town now that the elders have been taken in have come up. And the big question is, who's going to take over? And right now, that's still being discussed in the village. It's whispered that Halberg is going to take charge, and he is thought to be a forerunner in an upcoming election. However, he has confessed that he does not actually want the job. So it is up in the air what the future of Red Larch is going to be. That said, your actions have endeared yourself to a lot of the population. Saving the children, and then finding the boy, and then finding the bodies, and uncovering the the underbelly has essentially made the town completely on your side. Oh, okay, that's happening. Sorry, bit of a distraction. So, you now have some clout in Red Lurch that you can use to accomplish a little bit more than you could before, and you can ask more questions, and people are going to be more willing to give information now.
Huzzah. Eat that, clothier.
In the aftermath, though, over the next few days, something strange happens, or rather, doesn't happen. The delegation has not arrived. They seem to be late.
More cult shit. By the way, side note, can we just
Does
say
any
that
strange weather events occur during our watches?
Not really. Oh, well, the weather's still acting up.
Okay.
The
So
weather
that
acting
has
up is
not stopped.
that is not stopped.
Okay.
Is it safe to assume our wagon has been fixed?
It is safe to assume your wagon has been fixed.
And we have a top to it now, don't we? Or is that... Did that not happen because that guy...
No, he got arrested.
Yeah, he
before
got
he
Okay.
could-
And you know what? I didn't love his top.
Yeah, no, also, I wasn't actually going to get the top, it was just...
Okay.
Yeah, it was Wick
I thought you had
lying.
paid for it. My bad.
No, I had not paid
Are
for
you
it.
saying it? Is it a hecking bamboozle the entire time? How dare? Maybe you should be arrested, sir.
Also, can I just say that I got Atlas the hat, and I have it just in a
That
box.
hat.
I haven't given it to Atlas yet, but it's in a box.
No, what had distracted me, by the way, and it just came up. I was just like, all right, this is fine. This is fine that this comes up.
Scary skeleton. Metal version.
Yeah, I was just like listening to it. I'm like, this is all right. And then I heard the lyrics. I'm like, what? Wait, what? This is happening?
Yeah,
We're gonna uncover all our spooky, scary skeletons.
Yes.
Or this town's spooky, scary skeletons.
So,
The delegation has
Yeah.
not arrived.
The delegation has not arrived.
Wow.
However, Brother Erden has returned from Bellard.
Do we know who that is?
yes, he was going to Bellard to do some holy work for the monitors, and then has come back.
Oh,
Wait,
He's a
okay.
priest?
He's a priest, yes.
Like the
Was he
one
the
that
priest
Atlas
that
met
Atlas
at the
spoke to?
beginning?
I can look. Hang on.
I didn't write that down.
The one
I
that
may have.
where the glass person would be is in that Bellard place, and
Yeah,
I know.
he said
yes,
he would
yes.
bring something back because he told us about the strange people disappearing.
Yes, yes.
Oh, maybe that's where people were
Atlas
disappearing
spoke to
to.
him
His name in here.
All right.
one-on-one. He was like, "I will help you."
I also have a little bit more private information,
Ooh, secret.
which I will hand out to certain individuals.
Ooh,
Pertaining to features.
it's me.
Okay. Who else was a monitor in town?
Oh.
Okay.
Song is this?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Star Wars shit.
Some of this is just going to be rumors that you guys have heard of.
Okay.
Okay.
I cannot find that dude in our note. They're in my notes, so I hope you guys found him.
Yeah, I don't know if I wrote down his name. But Atlas seems to remember pretty well.
Which game was this?
What game is this? Like, how many times have we played?
Oh, no, I know that this game is 5B,
Oh, okay.
but like, I'm trying to figure out which game the dude was from, so I can maybe figure it out in my notes.
I feel like
It would've
he
been
was from
one.
like the first one. Yeah.
I did not write it down.
Because I wrote down another priest staring at us. Atlas confronts, but I did not write. Oh, Brother Aridin.
Yeah, and he is in the
yeah, I
under
have,
red alert people right
have-
at the top.
I have Aridin, priest of Elithwis, is eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you go to the Red Larch channel, it's in the first post, a priest, Brother Aridin, traveling to and from Billard to revision the Temple of All Faiths.
Aha.
And then there is the Temple of All Faiths.
This is how
in-
much we pay attention, folks.
Well, we have the notes. See, I heard like a B,
Oh,
not Aridin.
gotcha.
I need to check the names on the notes. I'm not good with names, so that is my
Me either.
folly.
But I'm also left-handed, and apparently that means I can't spell. So every time Drake says a name, my brain is like, "Is that how it's spelled?" It never is.
I was always the person in university asking people,
wasn't taking
asking the
notes
prof
at
to
that
write
time, so-
things down on the board. Can you spell that? No shame.
What were you saying, babe?
I was saying wasn't really taking notes at that time, but I know he was coming from Bellard, not that was his name.
You still
That
got
was
the notes.
before I started taking good notes.
Trying to see.
Also, I apologize if you hear any cat shenanigans. They seem to be in the witching hour.
That's fine. We're all cat
No one
people
was
here.
shouting,
I
and
think
now they're
my
just
cats
running
have
back and forth.
finally lay down.
We're all
Phew.
cat people here.
The
we don't
bishop
care.
just raised his head like that was a challenge. Oh,
guy
oh,
So the
Don't
guy
move.
that came
oh, he moved to lay on my pillow. Little shit.
back as a monitor, because my notes say Brother Aridin is an alum of Preservatorium and offers to bring gifts and apology back in a week and a half after travels to Beliard.
You're right. You're right. My notes are wrong. So you're correct. And I am reminded of that. Thank you.
Well, that's why we
You're
can't
welcome.
trust you.
Wow, we're all just sitting here like, who the fuck are we looking for?
No, because I was like, wait, I was taking notes, but I wasn't doing a lot unless it involved Atlas, and I was taking it in my private channel because I thought that's where I should put my notes.
No,
So I was like,
that's
wait, let me
that's
scroll
good.
back through,
No,
That's
that's
good.
fine.
find my notes.
Oh,
from
that's
that.
good. You're right. And I'm gonna fix that.
You can throw whatever you want in the private channels. I throw bullshit in there all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause I
fine.
put the note: glass blowers for spectacles
I'll
can be
just be
found in
keeping them
Beliard, and the
nude in
blacksmith can
mine.
craft the frames.
Yeah, because you wanted sunglasses.
I do
and-
have him as a preservator. You're right. Never mind. I had him as a preservator. I'm dumb. I didn't read what I wrote. It's Imdar who's the monitor who at the Temple of All Faiths.
And that was who pulled, because there was a priest that pulled August aside, and then there was the
Yeah.
priest
Yeah, that was
basically
Imdar.
Atlas
Yeah.
walked up and was like, "Yeah, you're rude."
Yeah. All right. So yes, there we go. I've also sent you a couple of rumors that you've learned from your fraternities. If you did not receive a rumor, then it's because you didn't receive a rumor. Fuck off.
To be fair.
Sorry, Wick.
No, it's okay. I have like one person in this town, and that one person is a baker. And while
it is kind of funny. I haven't seen more bones.
Yeah, like to
Infinite breakfast.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not gonna
literally
say
every
I
day. Every day, Wick goes to that man for breakfast.
Yep.
I was really relieved my farmer friend wasn't arrested. Thank you for that.
Little shepherd guy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Glencora. Thank you for not being a criminal.
Okay, but I can see her actually doing that.
Well, but he was hanging out in the place run by one of the lead guys in like the bar of the criminal guys. I was sure he was going down with the ship.
Fair.
Did not feel good about that.
So, where would you like to go first?
Oh goodness.
It's a sandbox. Let's put you in the sand.
Do we want to go in the direction that the expedition's supposed to be coming from and see if something happened to them on the road?
That's what I was gonna see. You guys wanted to do.
We got our wagon.
Problem is, you don't know which road they were taking.
Oh.
Well, we can pick one.
That amongst the delegation. Well, I mean, I can ask Imdar. He seems to know some things about the delegation.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew what direction they were coming from.
Sounds good.
All right.
Wait, we did know what direction they're coming from. We don't know the path. That
Oh,
they're
Yeah.
well,
yeah, that-
okay.
Yeah.
We know
yeah.
the direction.
Let me rephrase that. Let me see if he knows what path they were on.
He says, "Oh, good to see you again. How? I have heard rumors that some things have happened in my absence.
Quite a few. But
Sit. Drinks are on me. Drinks are on me. Please tell me. What has happened?
Well, I guess he just kind of talks about, everything that's been happening around town. But I know you mentioned a few other things about the delegation recently. But do you know by any chance what road they were taking?
Well, I left ahead of them. They didn't say much. Great drinkers, though. Oh, they were a bunch of fun lads and lasses. But no, I didn't. I wasn't able to find anything, like which way they were taking. I never thought to ask, to be fair. I took the road though, that went by Summit Hall. I wanted to check in on some of that. Carry on through Wumford and all that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I appreciate the information.
Yeah, not a problem. But yeah, it's very odd that they haven't shown up yet.
Yeah, we're kind of worried. We were thinking about setting off to see if we can maybe meet them along the road to see if they're okay.
Well, appreciate that.
Escort them the rest of the way.
I don't know. I could keep my ears open, I guess.
Yeah, please do.
Quick question. What path did you say he took?
By Summit Hall. He took
Summit
the
Hall.
path that goes by Summit Hall. Which is also where Alcazar, the guy who just taught me my magical girl powers, was going.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Roll me insight checks, please.
All of us, or just?
Actually, no, perception.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Can I cast guidance?
good.
No, because you're unprepared.
Boo!
Uh,
Oh,
19.
dice.
I I got a 15.
9.
Why? Why do we do this?
You'll be better, Dice.
Hmm.
I have 8.
All right. One of the wagoners comes in, Thorsk, and he's having a conversation with the innkeeper.
Was Thorsk the happy golden retriever husband?
I believe Thorsk was the burly one.
Okay.
And he says, "You would not believe. I encountered this merchant, and he had the strangest tale to tell. He was bearing ale and looking to sell it. But I asked if he wanted to sell it here, and he says no. And Kale says, well, that's I'm looking for ale is a good deal, but what's so weird about it? He says, well, it was so weird. It had a brand I'd never seen before, and I was wondering if you could tell me if it was worth anything or not." And she says, well, what is it? Here, let me draw the circle out for you. And draw something to her and shows it to her. Says, this isn't a brand of ale I'm aware of. What's going on?
Oh no. Pull up the-
Can my character see what it is that he drew?
It's a little hard to see from your vantage point. You'd actually have to get into an awkward place where you're actually looking at it, and it'd be hard to surreptitiously look, but you could give it a try.
Or I think maybe August will kind of like peer back and be like, oh, well, we're out of towners. Maybe it's a brand of ale we recognize. He's not
sure,
actually
let's,
being quiet, so it's not
yeah.
like it's a secret.
He says, well, it's just weird. I've never seen a brand, like, I've never seen this branding on it. I don't even know what it means.
Aha, it is one. So August does recognize that as, or does he recognize that as one of the symbols that's on the fletching they found?
That was on the
Yeah.
pillar.
Yeah.
That
Oh, it was on the
cult
pillar.
wine.
But I think it was also on the fletching, wasn't it? I'm waiting for the other thing to load. It's not. Damn it.
That's cult wine.
The other picture isn't loading.
It is, I promise you.
No, I'm saying on my computer, it's not loading the drawings of the fletching ones.
Yeah, it's not loading for me either.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no, I thought somebody deleted that one.
Oh, maybe.
I didn't, but
Okay. Well, I do see the one that's on the pillar one too.
So we've seen
Yeah, I
the
thought
middle
that
two
the
for
fletching
sure.
matched.
Or cult stuff.
No, this isn't an ale I've ever seen. And he kind of just like, shows it over to the group, like with the eyes that say, oh, we've seen this before.
Well, he said he was going to take it to a druid gathering.
Ooh, that's not good.
Apparently there's some sort of music festival or something that he...
Oh, that's extra not good. That's probably not ale at all. That's probably like poisoned wine or some shit.
That's not like, those marks aren't druidic or anything that I would recognize,
Yeah.
are they?
Hell nah. If they were, you'd have recognized it a long time ago.
Just
Yeah, I
wanted
think-
to be 100%.
We
No.
tried
Yeah.
to decipher them before.
That's the marking that was with the other thing, and the other thing was with the cult stuff, so that means that's probably cult stuff too.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Why is it cult stuff? Wick's just
Well,
gonna drag his hands down his face.
Well, I don't know anything about. Well, I mean, I suppose I do know something about cult stuff, seeing as we just had a problem with it here. But, he actually he gave me directions to get to the music festival.
Sorry, what did he say? Where did he say that this music festival? You said a druid. Did he say where this
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, he gave directions. He said that it's an open druid festival, like everyone's invited. I'll give you directions if you'll like. And he gives you directions. It's along the central path. It is just off the central path of through the hills itself.
I feel like
The
we
what
have to
path?
go
Like northeast from Red Larch,
Yeah.
but not the one north of Summit Hall.
Yeah, no, it's along the central, goes through the hills path.
So the one we were already on partially way.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He says it's he called it Scarlet Moon Hall is where the festival is.
Scarlet Moon Hall?
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar to any of us?
Nope.
Oh.
Well, did we hear what Brother Eridon was saying
Seeing
about
as,
the dwarves and stuff?
yeah. I mean,
Okay,
he's
I wasn't
at your
sure if you
table.
went
He's at your table
Um,
giving you a drink, so he's staying it to you. So
So Glencora kind of thinks for a moment and she says, well, we could go to this festival. Brother Eridon did say that the dwarves like to drink. Is there a chance that that's where they are at? Especially if it's on one of the routes that we might be taking to see if they're there. Is that worth going by?
I mean, I think so.
Oh, more cult stuff.
Well,
Okay.
I'm of the opinion that if this is to do with more cult stuff, and it probably is, because obviously we could put two and two together, we're not that bad at math, we should probably go and save people from what is probably a bunch of out of character magic Kool-Aid.
Out of character.
Yes, because I don't know how to say that in character without it like losing the meaning of it.
Okay, the Kool-Aid part, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah, Kool-Aid is not a recognized brand of soft drink,
Insert
even in Quincunx.
yeah, insert
Magic fruit punch.
insert the
Magic fruit
allegory.
punch.
You know what I
Excellent.
mean.
there's no Jonestown. So Glencora kind of looks at them and says, so are we going to a party?
I think we're
Sounds like
gonna
another cult night.
I think we're gonna crash a party.
At least you got a druid to get you in.
Yeah, have you guys ever
At
crashed
this-
a party?
I don't know if I've really ever been invited to a party.
What? Who would not invite you? You're like the coolest person I know.
At this
Well-
point, there's a couple people enter in. Glenn, you recognize one of them as Larman, the shepherd you talked
Yay!
to,
Oh no.
and the other you know as the shopkeeper, the general store.
Ignore my note.
I talked to my.
And you recognize the shopkeeper as the one that Wick bought a book from.
And he gave Cloppy Cloppy a free apple.
Yeah. And they wave to you both.
Wave back.
And they say, maybe we should tell these guys. Well, they don't need to be bothered with our silly little problems. No.
Wick's
They're
just
adventurers. They like to know this sort of stuff.
Wick's gonna shout, "You might as well tell us. Everybody's telling us everything anyway."
We like
Well,
to help with problems.
they look at each other and says, "You first." No, you first. No, you first. All right. So the shepherd they play paper rock scissors for a second.
I was about to say settle it like adults.
Yep.
After a couple ties, finally, Velivo wins, and he says to Atlas, he says, "Well, okay, I wanted to know if you were in the market for another book.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you collect books or something? I don't know. But as soon as I got the book, the guy came to me and he says, buy this book. And I thought about you immediately, and I thought I'd talk to you about it because you buy books."
Can I see it?
Sure. Unpacks it, and he hands it to you, and I want you to make me a history check, please.
Oh, I hate
All
that.
or one? All or one? Like,
Drake?
Yeah, is that everybody?
Yeah, he traveled via Summit Hall.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
so
but we're
you went
asking
down
if you
that
want us all to do a
history check.
history check.
Yeah, you can all do a history check.
Can I cast guidance, or does it need to be pre-prepared?
This is not a surprise thing. This is not perception
I don't
based.
know
or...
why.
Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance.
August does not do well with history.
I rolled a 13.
13?
Mhm.
10?
And with the 19.
Ooh.
17.
Got 19 on the last
17.
history check, too.
Who here can speak or read Dwarven?
I was about to say Rhea
God.
can't. I'm not Rhea.
You're not Rhea.
I can't.
I don't think I know any other languages. Where do I see
Celestial,
that at?
Common, and Elvish.
Oh, Common and Orc. Oh, duh.
I've got Elvish and Sylvan.
I've got Common and Infernal.
Well, you recognize it as Dwarven script. And that's it.
It's Dwarvish.
No.
Is it like a printed book, or is it like a notebook?
It's meant like it's scribed. So it's
Okay.
professionally written.
Okay.
They don't have printer presses.
But it's not like someone's notebook.
You don't know what like it's not a scrapbook or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it's not like something that someone's writing in with a quill on the road. It's something that's been written in properly.
It's a professional kind of book.
What is this book? It's a dwarven book that the shopkeep brought us, right?
Yeah. Apparently, this guy came in, and he wanted to unload a book because apparently a dozen of these have shown up in Womford, of all places.
Are they all the same?
Well, I don't know. I've only seen the one, and I didn't think to ask. Apparently, there was a, as he puts it, a sketchy kind of river captain guy was selling them, and he thought he'd acquire one on the cheap and try to make some money, and I guess so did I.
Sketchy Captain River Guy. Out of character, that's what he said?
Yeah, sketchy river captain guy.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with my notes real quick.
Operating out of Womford.
Womford?
Womford. Womford.
My brain just goes Wumbo when I hear that.
Out of Wombo.
Hey, the captain of the Wumbo.
Out of character, do we know any dwarves?
No.
Other than
Okay.
the ones we're
Only the
supposed to
statue.
be meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Not
statue.
any. Yeah, the
Oh
statue.
yeah, those ones too.
Well, town people like us, but I don't know if there's a good chance if any of them actually speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, not really. Nope.
How much do you want for this?
Oh, I don't know. 10 gold.
Sure, I don't care.
Nice.
I just pull out
It's
10 gold
yours.
and hand it to him.
Nice. And Lorman.
Oh, sorry.
What was Atlas do?
Oh, Atlas. I was gonna wonder if Atlas is going to explain his little rumor thing.
May, if you like.
But I was gonna do that after you finish whatever
Oh,
the
okay.
shopkeep dude's gonna do.
All right. Lorman then says, "All right, it's a book. Okay. I actually found a couple graves outside of town. 4 of them, freshly dug. Like they're just simple rocks put on them and everything. It's but I don't know. I have any idea who would be buried out there.
Who is this guy again?
The shepherd.
He's
Norman.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
He was in the barber shop and
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good boy. That's what my notes said.
Yeah, you gave him like
Said 4
like surprisingly amazing advice. Says he
was it
saw
4?
4 fresh graves.
Yeah.
four
Yeah.
fresh graves. Where at? I'm sorry, I'm still keeping up with the notes. Behind
Just
my
outside
notes.
of town. I can guide you there. Not right now. It's getting dark, but I can send you out there tomorrow if you want to check them out.
Maybe we'll
Sure.
check them out on the way out to.
Is it to the north or to the south of
Oh,
town?
sure.
That's an
To the
excellent
left.
question. I do not have the answer to at this exact moment, so I'm going to look. It's kind of to the east. It's just south of the Sumber Hills.
Not totally out of the way.
Yeah, if you're heading to Wumford, it's not out of the way at all.
Do we know?
Okay. So it's just
I know you've probably said this 40 times, and I'm just always writing another note when you do. What direction were the dwarves coming from?
Northeast.
Northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
I just wanted to clarify. I did hear about the druid party that was in Sumber Hills at a something.
Yeah.
At a festival. Like, what was the name of it? Like Sundance?
Scarlet. It's the music festival at Scarlet Moon Hall.
Okay.
Is there anyone in the tavern that, like, the constable or, like, one of the people that we know were involved in the arresting?
Like any militia?
Yeah.
Not at. Actually, let me check. I might as well roll for that because I do not have a definite answer for you.
Because it's just strange to me that there were, in our list, 4 people arrested, and there are 4 graves. I just would think it'd be worth maybe asking if the
I mean-
prisoners are still there.
I mean, you could ask, like, getting the information from Halbert or anybody is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Halbert, like, you guys are on the inn there. You could just go to his house and ask, hey, by the way.
I just figure if there was someone in the building that we could just ask now.
Oh, I actually have 5 people written down arrested.
Oh, do you?
But
Because the one
I
we released.
I can confirm for you that if you pursue that, no, they're still arrested.
Okay. It's not their dead bodies.
Yeah, Halberg even says you could talk to them if you like.
Covering our
Yeah.
grounds.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, they.
it twigged, and it's like if I don't think about that, it's going to bother me.
Yeah,
You're fine. I have Rathar, Bar Augustus, Ilmeth, Marlandro, and Maliko.
he
Written
even
down.
goes out of his way to check just to be sure. He's like, "Oh, shallow graves. Just 1 second. Nope, we're good."
Well, that's
Just
good.
wanted to check. Thank you.
It's understandable. These are weird times.
I feel like if we underassume or don't assume the worst of anyone, that we might get caught off guard. So it's better just to be careful. you know?
Fair enough.
Wait, why did...
So do we want to decide where we're going to go in the morning?
Atlas makes a point at this point to say, before we make our decision, I do know that this concern about where our dwarven expedition has gone to is of importance. And I also heard a rumor, Helia let slip to me that there was a high elf that was supposed to be traveling with the delegation. And she happens to be carrying these magic seeds that were expected to be planted in a settlement called Golden Fields to grow a magic grove. And if it has any bearing, Golden Fields happens to apparently be in the same direction as Womford.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of the way, but it's still in that direction.
Yeah, so the only one so far that is not in that direction, general direction, to the south is the party. Not that I'm opposed to going to said party. I probably have the best clothes out of everyone, but it is the only one that's the outlier in far direction goes.
Atlas,
True.
real quick.
Yes.
Never change, you cocky son of a bitch.
I don't intend to.
Good. I'm going
So now that
wherever.
we have all the information.
I'm going wherever you guys are going.
I think we should take a look at these shallow graves and then maybe go crash a party.
I don't think that's a bad route. I don't think
It's
we
right
can
outside
really...
of town. It doesn't matter what direction.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
I think we just need to start looking somewhere, and we're going to find what we need to find regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we're
Eventually.
gonna be going in the morning, wait right here. Wick is gonna go upstairs. And
Do we...
Here we go.
he's gonna grab the box and he's gonna come back downstairs. He's gonna set it on the table and just kind of slide it toward Atlas. And it's probably got a black bow on it because, you know.
Of course it does.
What is this? This has something to do with the obsession the other day with measuring my head.
You could just say thank you.
I haven't seen what it is yet. Atlas proceeds to open the box rather slowly. And sees what is inside. And he just stays quiet for a little bit.
So the sun's out your eyes, man.
Staring at. And then slowly lifts it out of the box. And examines it rather closely while touching like every inch of it. And then situates it on his head to make certain it does in fact match the measurements that they took the other day. And then he leans back and he says, I suppose it'll do.
I'll take that as a
Thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah, there it is.
And just know
Actually-
he's never taking that damn thing off.
Aww.
It's got a little hoop on the end so you can put little charms or anything on it.
The gaudy goth inside just starts screaming.
The work done on this hat, by the way, exceeds what you were led to expect.
Oh, I know.
Wick?
He literally is like
Yeah, this is
dumbfounded.
like Wick. This is like you were just expecting, like, oh, he's just gonna sew it in there. No, there's silk in the engraving, in the embroidering. This is some fancy ass shit. You got your money's worth. Say this about that shop. The guy running it's a bit of a dick, but he's right when he says it's quality. He commands a bit of respect, but damn, if they don't earn it.
Only the best for our fancy goth.
Out of character, he's just like, oh, he's in love with this.
Insight check.
All right. So the next day comes, as it does. And what is that you decided to do exactly?
Breakfast and then grave robbing.
Okay.
You grab the breakfast, as one does, and Larman is ready to guide you. He, along the way, he explains that he grazes his sheep nearby, and that's how he came across them. And normally there aren't graves there, so suddenly there being graves there is kind of shocking.
Mhm.
So, on a barren hilltop a few miles up from Red Larch, you find 4 freshly dug shallow graves. The earth scraped out for the holes is piled nearby, though hastily gathered stones cover the graves. The faint smell of death hangs in the air, and several vultures circle overhead.
Um,
We want to uncover this and burn the bodies?
I think we definitely need to investigate who the bodies are.
can I cast guidance and do some sort of perception check or nature
Well,
check or something
To do what
Well-
exactly?
to kind of like, I guess, see if there's any indication of like if the how disturbed the dirt is, how long it's been since they've been put there, if there's anything like super fishy, or if I can tell if there's any magical or anything dangerous.
No, absolutely. You can do that. So you can do guidance, cast it on yourself, and then do that investigation effort.
As they're investigating and determining how best to attack this, Atlas is going to begin his ritual of sitting on the ground and just staring away from the sun.
You do have the hat now.
Oh,
Doing a little trance that allows him to start seeing like lunar insects rather than normal insects. So his shadow insects as his ritual for casting detect magic.
Beautiful. I love it. Glencoco, what did you
I
roll on
rolled a
your...
21.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice. Okay, so around the area, you find that there's a lot of different tracks around the place. But that's not all you find. You're looking for around the burial area, but your attention is drawn to the side when you see a few broken arrows on the ground. That prompts you to widen your search. You also find a javelin. And not too far away from the javelin, you find a tattered gray cloak. From there,
You saw in the base in the thing that was black, though, correct?
pardon?
The cloaks that we found underground, they were black, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
they were black. You also kind of take a look around your surroundings, not just on the ground, but you look about. You get a good view of the surrounding hills from this vantage point. Several miles to the west, you can make out the tiny outline of Red Larch in the distance, and the thin, dark line marking the long road. Perhaps 2 miles to the north, however, you see a slender old tower circled by large birds. Nothing else is around the area except for the path that leads to Wumford.
Okay, well, I kind of point out the things I find first, the arrows and javelin and robe. And then if the others can see it, I point in the direction of the ominous AF tower and say, that looks suspicious.
Is the shepherd still with us?
Yep.
Can we point out the tower and ask if he recognizes that?
You certainly can. And he says, "Oh, that's a Feathergale spire. As far as I know, there's some glory hounds from Weatherguard who they've kind of made that their home, and sometimes they ride on flying creatures and stuff like that, but they mostly keep to themselves. I want August and Wick to make me history checks, please.
Oh, come on, history. I don't actually have bad history. It's just my dice don't like it.
Where did you say the Weatherhounds were from?
A Weatherguard, which is a town far to the south.
Let's see. 14?
Good enough. Wick?
10.
10. Good enough. This was an hard check. At the sound Weatherguard, you could just go, oh.
Oh, is
You
this like
remember
a
the
rival school?
you remember the Weatherguard bludgeon ball team?
Yes.
They're always trying to they're always trying to cheat and do aerial tricks. One time, one of them came in on a griffin. That's not in the rules. That's not allowed. Eventually, the team was disqualified from bludgeon ball competition because of their cheatery using flying monsters. And holy crap, you have never been so happy to hear that news as that. You do remember their team manager being very livid about it, and there's quite a scandal around that. And it's kind of interesting. It was like a real moment when their team manager, an elf named Erisi Kalanoth, actually threatened to get everyone fired and then later on murdered, and then she disappeared.
What was her
Not to be
name?
heard of again. Erisi Kalanoth.
Rissy. Kalanoth. Okay.
And I'm gonna put that in the lore.
Ooh.
So she was a Karen and then she disappeared.
Yeah.
Sorry, taking notes. So, assholes are in that tower.
Yeah, most likely.
Do we recognize this cloak tabard thing?
No.
No, just gray. Alright, well. Do we want to unearth one of the bodies?
I think we should.
If you think we should, I'm with you. I'm not really sure what to do in this scenario.
I'm gonna.
When Atlas's ritual finishes, does he detect any magic?
No. No magic is to be found.
I did not spell her name even remotely correct.
That said, I would like whoever's doing the undigging to roll me a 1d4, please.
I will do that. Watch me get my ass handed to me by another zombie. I rolled a 3.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You
Ugh.
rolled a 3. The body you uncover is that of a male human dressed in a black cloak with strange stony armor.
No, they're cultists.
Okay, I'm
Is
sorry.
it
Can you
like-
repeat that? You say human male?
Human male dressed in a black cloak with strange stony armor.
Question.
Is it? Can we recognize if it's the same stony armor as we found on the other body?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is this the body of the
yeah.
dude? Is this the body of the dude that
No,
we fought?
it's not the same guy.
No, it's not?
It's not the same guy. No.
He's wearing similar armor.
He is wearing similar armor.
So it's possible this is one of the cultists. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. More than likely.
I don't exactly condone defiling graves, but maybe we should dig up the rest of them and.
I don't know if I spaced out for this, but the sorcerer dude or whatever that convinced the cultist about the Delvers and whatnot, he wasn't found, was he? Or did we kill him?
You killed him.
Okay.
His body
He
was
was
found for
found.
sure.
I was about to say they
Yeah.
uncovered all the people that we killed, and they're aware that
We
like
killed
we did that out of
7.
self-defense.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
like,
okay. Because
Yeah.
I remember them trying to find all the bodies that they could, and it was self-defense.
yeah. No, there was literally zero legal blowback. It's like, no, it's justified.
Okay.
This shit's justified.
No, because I was like, wait, did they ever find the dude that kind of
Yeah,
spurred
they did.
that cult mentality? Because I was like,
They
oh,
did.
what if he's off the ramp? Okay, cool.
They did. Yeah.
I will start.
So roll me another.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll start uncovering.
Roll me a d4, and if you get a 3, just re-roll it.
Okay. That's the second. Okay. All right, we're not rolling you anymore. I'll take a hint.
All right. You want me
dig
to
it.
roll
You've
one,
already
too?
dug it out.
2.
2.
Okay.
Literally every single one of those
in
was a 3.
In that, you see a butch female human warrior dressed in a red surcoat with a black axe. People can roll history.
Human.
Okay.
Everyone?
A human warrior?
Yes.
August don't know shit. You got a 7.
Red coat.
Roll again. I'm giving you advantage on that. You and Wick.
It was, sorry, history?
13.
Yes.
Oh, not too bad. 19.
14.
History, 18.
18. You recognize the colors of the Darrovale Delvers, the school which the delegation is from.
Oh. Can you spell Darrovale?
Sure. There.
Okay, thank you. Dyslexia doesn't help me spell it any better, though.
This is. She's not in a bludgeon ball uniform, mind you, but you know the colors, you know the axe, you know this. She's obviously a representative.
What was her race?
Human. Flip a coin, please.
1 second.
I got that.
Or odds and evens. I don't care what you do. Just let me know.
I think that. Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's a 1.
1? Okay, good enough. In the next grave, you uncover a male dwarf, dressed in kind of leathers, an apron, basically like just like a blacksmith. And in the last grave, you find a male human in a white robe with black on the shoulders.
Can you repeat that last one? Sorry.
A male human in a white robe with black leathers in the shoulders.
Human. What letters?
You said the third body was a male dwarf?
Yes.
Yes. And like a blacksmith apron.
Yeah.
White robe.
Were you saying letters or leathers?
Leathers.
Thank
Oh,
you.
leathers. I thought you said what letters. I thought you said letters, so I was like, what letters?
You. Oh, that was hostile of me. Oh shit. I apologize.
Is it human male? I'm behind.
In white robe with black leather shoulders.
Black feathers on the shoulders.
Feathers. Shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
The male
heard letters
dwarf.
the first time.
Yeah.
Letters.
I heard
The male-
letters and.
The male dwarf is in leathers. The male human is in feathers.
Okay. My hearing is shit, y'all.
Mm.
I kept hearing leathers.
No, I heard leathers too. Don't worry, it wasn't just you.
I heard letter A, B, C, D the first time.
We're just gonna blame the cults.
It's all the cults.
Wick is gonna take a step back and point to each of the graves and go, cultist, delegate, townsfolk, priest?
No, it doesn't look like a priest of any religion you're aware of.
That's why there was a question mark on the end.
I don't know, but I feel like we probably want to figure out more about who these people are.
Does the shepherd recognize any of them?
No. None
Should we
of them
take
are
them
familiar.
into the town and see if anyone is familiar with any of them?
Or do we just write down their descriptions and look in that tower and see if they've been murdering people?
Well, I mean, this guy looks like he's part of the cults we just dealt with, and cultist or not, he might have family in the town.
True.
How about we send our friend, the shepherd, to the town to tell people to come collect the dead,
Sure.
Okay.
and then once somebody's out here, we can actually leave, because I don't want to leave until somebody's here, in case the birds start to,
Oh.
get hungry.
I was gonna
Well,
say, you're
there's-
afraid one's gonna walk off?
These aren't from the town. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, is that a nat one?
Would Brother Eladin might know them as missing travelers or
Possibly.
merchants? Because I don't think we've spoken to him since he's returned, have we?
Briefly, but not much.
Wait, we did? See, this is...
You were kind
Yeah,
of
he
out of
said-
it, to be fair.
I was so out of it. I had a headache.
It happens. Anything else you want to do before you leave, though?
Not I. I have everything that I need.
I think I'm good.
I mean,
I'm good.
I'm gonna stock up on like breakfast foods, obviously, because you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess some like rations and.
Well, we have Glencora. She can keep you fed.
Oh, sure.
Did we expend a potion?
Yes, we used one.
Oh, maybe we
We
should
got
see if
3
we
left.
can trade some gems in for another potion if she has
We
it.
have 3 potions. of
Oh, we
healing.
do?
And I have a first level and a second level healing spell prepared.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
yeah,
enough.
Glencora had
because-
4 and used 1. So we
Oh.
have 3.
Before, okay, so you're asking like before we head out on the road?
I
Or just
assume-
to the tower.
Oh, well, okay. Before we
that's what
leave
I'm
the
wondering.
town.
Should we?
No,
Is
I
that what
don't
you're
mean before you leave the town. I mean before you leave
Oh.
these 4 graves.
Okay,
here.
that's what I thought you were asking at first, and then everyone
No.
started talking about like potions. So I was like, oh shit, before, okay, because there is something I want to do before that.
Can I search the bodies?
You can search the bodies. Make me a medicine check, please.
I'm probably going to regret this.
I should have let Glenn do it.
I mean, if Glenn wants to do it with me, she can.
Is that okay?
I'm
Yeah.
down for it.
Yeah.
What's your medicine check?
I am a +5.
Fuck. You should have rolled then.
And I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
There you go.
You don't. I got an 11, so it's good that you helped me.
All right, Glenn, you study the bodies, and with Wick's help, you have Wick do the heavy lifting.
Of course.
You learn that the dwarf, the female human, and the guy in the black cloak were arrow wounds, and the human in the white robe doesn't have any puncture marks anywhere on him, but you see a lot of contusions. He got massively beaten by some bludgeoning something. You can see there have been bones shattered.
Dang.
Would that explain the arrows and the javelin?
Perhaps. Could I do some sort, I'm not sure if it would be a medicine check, and look to see if there is any blood around, specifically near where we found the weapons, to see if people were killed there?
Now that you're actively looking for it, because you've already done your investigation check and you did a good job on it, yeah, you do see like blood here and there. Now that you're looking for it, and all over the place, just a splotch here, a splotch there.
So there is lots of blood around. I think it's safe to assume that the people were killed here and not killed somewhere else to be, and their bodies dumped here.
I mean, we're
Or
not
perhaps they were
like.
coming into town.
Yeah.
There's nothing in their pockets or anything?
No.
Okay.
They've already been picked clean.
Well, we have been warned about what, like bandits in this area?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could just
We
be
do
another
have-
adventuring party.
We do have a dwarf from the town that the delegation is from Perhaps escorted by this dude in stony armor.
Maybe.
And a
I
turn.
feel like we're trying to connect dots that.
Right. Well, because of the direction they were coming from, I wonder if something happened to the delegation somewhere in the south, and these were people sent to warn or check, like ask for us here at this town to let them know that they were being waylaid, and they were prevented from reaching us.
I mean, anything's possible. We've seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the tower would probably be our next investigation once these
I
bodies
think the
are
tower would be
collected.
my vote too.
And then when
What
we
is it?
return to the town, perhaps they'll have information about any of them.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
He's still waiting for the shepherd to come back with people.
Yeah, the shepherd comes back. With Halbert and Bulberdle. That is not the name. And Brother Airden.
Oh, hello, Brother Airden.
Hi. I was told that you guys had found some bodies.
Gonna wave toward them.
Yep.
He
Do not
stops
recognize any of them.
and he just pauses, like, "Oh no,
Yeah, it's the delegation, isn't it?
I know those two."
Who are they?
Those two
I never. He points to the dwarf as well as the human in the Darovero colors. Says, I drank with him. I danced with her. He's just silent. He's just, I can't believe it.
Were they from within the town or elsewhere?
They were from the delegation.
So that's why they were late. They've been dead.
But you do not recognize the other two male humans.
No, I've never seen them in my life.
Do you recognize any of the clothes they're wearing or anything familiar?
No.
Insight check.
He's honest. Like, I'm not even going to let you roll. Just like, this isn't easy. Like, yeah, he's not.
No, it's just the way you said it. It made me go,
No, he's.
Just because we don't trust him.
Yeah.
Well, he's shocked because these are, these two are people that he's recently. And he's shocked to see that they're suddenly dead and in a shallow grave.
So, question. There was more to the delegation than just these two?
Yes. Yeah.
So where are the rest of them?
I think we should try and find them, right?
My theory has more weight. Atlas points out. They did have the high elf with them, which is what I was looking for. So if she's not with them, then they must be somewhere else. Do you recall their names?
Well, I never really got their names. I've been. To be honest, I was very drunk that night.
Fair enough.
Can we trust you to, or I assume we can trust you to at least give these bodies proper burials?
Of course. It'd be the least I could do.
Maybe find a way to inform their families.
And Brother
Well, we don't even know their names.
It does seem that we recognize the human male here in the black robes as wearing something we've seen before. So if you could do your best, we are going to the tower down here to see if any of the townsfolk recognize this one at all.
To the tower at to the north.
Yes, to check on it and see if perhaps there's somebody there that's responsible for their deaths.
All right. Okay. All right.
Question: do we have our cart with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
So
we
we're just going straight there?
send the cart back with them so we don't have to worry about Clippy Cloppy and stuff and they can load the bodies into that, or do we want to take it with us and keep going?
How far away is it? Because you said it's off in the distance, but like how far of a
2 miles
distance?
to the north.
It's a couple hours a walk. But it is in the mountains itself. It's kind of an off kind of.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Okay.
maybe a walk would be better.
Probably
Whatever you
it would probably be easier to do a walk than try and get the horse through.
might be. We might be better
Yeah,
off
there
on
may be
foot and we don't
passes
have
that
to
we
worry
can't
about
get.
stashing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, we can take care of the bodies and the cart. Keep it safe for you.
And Clippy Cloppy, you'll watch him too?
Of course.
He's a good horse, you know.
Of course.
Give him an extra
That's
hour
right.
on us.
She kind of like gives Clippy Cloppy like a little scratcher scratch, like right kind of above between his eyes in that little sweet spot, and says, "See you later, Clippy Cloppy."
It's me.
The horse reacts with the same lack of reaction he always does to this sort of thing. Just, I'm a horse.
I'm a horse.
I'm a horse.
It's a good scratchy spot that horses can't scratch themselves. They like it. It's a sweet spot, and I stand by that statement.
So my question is, are we just heading there like now, or are we waiting, or what's the plan?
I mean, there's nothing else I want to do. Anyone else?
There's something I want to do, but it doesn't have to be right now, I guess, as long as I just remember to do it later.
What is it?
I want to take a look at that book that Wick got, the Dwarven book.
We're just gonna hand it over.
But it's gonna take an hour.
We can sit.
Okay.
Yeah, we can sit down and do that. And
Atlas asked Brother Eridan, "Do you at all perhaps know how to read Dwarvish?"
Not a chance.
Well,
Thought I'd check.
I want to take a look at it. I
Yeah.
kind of just think there's something I'm able to do. And he's gonna cast comprehend languages, because that's a thing I can do now.
All right.
what does it say?
August pulls out this strange looking blade you've never seen August wield before, and lifts it over the book. And as August does so, a blue energy comes up the hilt and then along the blade, and you can see in the blade the words on the book reflected in it. And then as the light hits the book, August sees it as if the light is changing the words to common. And the book, let's see what the book is about. Let's get you an answer, shall we?
Aha. I just didn't want to forget to do it. Sorry if it was weird timing.
No.
No.
That's a
Longford
good
in the south
question.
is where those books came from. So, this might be important for where we decide to go after the tower.
Yeah, I was gonna do it like later if we like went to bed, but I was like, oh, if we're just going, I need to just do this then.
More information is always better.
It's a book of the history of the of Darrow and the history of its famous bludgeon ballers.
Oh.
And in terms of when in history is, it's like you're reading volume 7 of 20. So it's just a lot of out of context. There's references to other volumes. It's a very dusty, dry tome for a subject that you know fairly well.
Okay.
Wow.
I just wanted to. Oh, it's just a book about bludgeon ball.
That makes me want to go to the tower even more.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something written actually by one of our delegates.
No, fair enough.
So it's a boring book for a boring team.
No, you might like it.
I can't read it.
I know. I'm just saying.
That's a you problem, Wick.
That's a you problem.
It's really up your alley. It's a shame you can't read it.
It is a little dry though.
It's okay.
But-
August promises to read it as a bedtime story later.
Once upon a time,
Out of order.
goalkeepers had to have pads that were 6 inches long. But then that
Well, I
changed to
was
7
wondering if, like,
inches.
Perhaps it's pertaining to like famous figures from that city, like from that town. So like
It's
dry
really
bludgeon ball.
yeah, it's not just the figures, it's also describing the rules changes that have happened over time.
So to say, I know he
Some-
really likes bludgeon ball though.
Yeah, it would actually
That
be
wasn't
like,
supposed to be like a sword jab. It was like, well, you really
No,
like
no, no,
bludgeon
no.
ball.
Well,
it actually, Wick's understanding of bludgeon ball and the sport and the history of the sport is actually fairly extensive. So this would add to Wick's knowledge if Wick could read it. Like, that's not even untrue. It's
perhaps the more thrilling volumes were the ones that they didn't.
You might,
show
yeah,
off
you might have
here.
to read, volumes 1 through 6, though.
Yeah.
Him like a
if only to
sport.
keep if only to keep the person that's reading it to you from falling asleep.
Well, that was a use of a spell slot.
Well, that's how we learn.
And I'd rather know that it's a boring book about bludgeon ball than it like
Not
I
know
said,
that
be
it's
that
just-
delegate.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't think it's
To-
all lost.
You got a
That's
boring
the
book
bludgeon
of-
ball.
You got a boring book, and it could have been, I don't know, some curse book that takes over your mind.
There's no crazy like highlights or circled words that read into a code in there.
But
It's actually the most
Sorry.
important thing is that you could write 20 volumes about the history of bludgeon ball from a dwarven perspective.
You know what? Suddenly, I'm not worried about all 12, like the dozens of volumes that sketchy river pirate dude is selling. Suddenly, that's not the biggest priority. Out in Wumbo.
Out of Wumbo. All right. So you
Okay.
sally forth. As you get closer, it's a beautiful sky, and there's a breeze at your back. A constant breeze blowing towards the tower. You can hear the wind just all around you. And as you approach the tower, it appears to float into the sky on a sea of clouds as the mist surrounds it. Feathergale's spire rises from a pillar of rock high in the tallest point for miles. Built from white limestone and embellished in marble, The spire resembles a gleaming sword that pierces the sky. The gatehouse faces the opposite cliff. Its drawbridge, the only apparent point of entry. Tile wide windows encompass the bottom level of the tower, absent only upon the gatehouse side. A circle of open stalls rings the tower's foundation where it meets the rock. Above each stall, the sculpture of a hippogriff in flight leaps from the tower's base.
Oh.
Beneath Feathergale's spire to the east, a wide, gusty canyon yawns through the hills.
Luke's just gonna look
Glencora?
up at the tower, nod, and go, overcompensation.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
Glencora points to the hippogriff statue thing and says, remember the wagoneer said that he met someone that had a hippogriff and it's in a wagon for that? Wonder if,
Oh,
if this is a connection.
you're right.
Look at you, Glencoco, making all the
Wagon
dots.
in the area, and he said he would keep an eye out for one for us.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Well,
Hey, Glen.
shall I go knock on the door?
Glen, I was curious if the birds are within reach of you.
They always are.
Perhaps they'd like to chat and give us any information they might know about the tower.
Yeah, just out of character, I don't have speaks with animals prepared, but I could at very least use my animal companion slot to send the sparrow up to do a sweep around. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So then Glencora kind of reaches out her hand and her little manifested sparrow appears, and she kind of sends him out to do a survey of the tower and see if it can see in any windows and see any signs of life or anything suspicious.
Sure, you can definitely do that. Okay. All right, so what you see as the sparrow flies around, above the spire, you can see there's a couple individuals riding hippogriffs flying around the area. Actually, not hippogriffs, giant vultures.
Oh.
And they're kind of on patrol. You also see there's a couple similarly clad individuals. Now, what they are wearing, they're wearing kind of a thin leather suit. And under the arms, you can kind of see there's a membrane that connects from the wrists all the way up the arm to their hip.
Sort of skydiving.
Kind of, yeah. And the outfits that they wear are white with feathers on the shoulders.
Oh.
Did you say the material of the suits was leathery, or was that
Yeah, kind of leathery.
with the membranes between?
Yeah.
Question, and this might be one of those too late scenarios, but is there any chance that I could recall if the body with the white robe looked like it had been more bludgeoned to death, or like with the javelin as a weapon that hit it?
Oh,
or if it was an impact.
You remember that no weapon that you've seen would break that many bones. It looks like it got smashed. The only thing you remember, when it comes to a javelin using bludgeoning someone, the best you can remember is when Wick whack that ogre, and it's not even the same scale of thwack that's happened to that poor fellow.
So this tells us the white robe guy potentially fell off one of his sky mounts, or a dive gone bad.
Possibly, but the number of bludgeon wounds indicates that it might have been multiple traumas. So it doesn't look like they landed. Now it's possible they landed, bounced, landed again, or something like that. But
or like went through a bunch of trees, or like.
Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of trees in the area that they could fall through. So, and that would be like a weird coincidence that everyone's got arrows in them, and then this one guy just
just fell exactly there.
Yeah, it just happened to be in. Well, it just happened to be in the area. Oh, my neck!
Excessive bludgeoning. If Glencora were to share that, Atlas would be like, that sounds like they're trying to cover something. Like, whoever's responsible for the murder wanted to conceal something.
What?
Or was excessive for a reason to.
What if, and this is one of my bad ideas, as we all know I'm very good at those, what if these guys had nothing to do with it, and we just show up because we want to give them their body back?
We don't have their body.
No, but we know where it is, and we can tell them, hey, do you have a dude missing? We know where he is.
Yeah.
Because some of ours are fucked, some of theirs, one of theirs is fucked, and cultist.
I mean,
do we know, like, does Glencora and Atlas know that this is the bludgeon ball players and all that?
We don't know that they're the bludgeon ball players that we like went up against, or.
But we know that this is like the.
Sorry.
Potential same, like, there's a connection there between like that the bludgeon ball boys.
Well,
could
we all did the
potentially
history
like.
check, didn't we?
Huh?
For the girl in the uniform. Oh, the history of the tower people. That history.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, did they tell us?
Like, we know that they are. Oh, we didn't. I don't think we really opened up and like said, "Hey, these are the dicks we used to play against."
Okay, never mind then.
I mean, but you guys could probably hear Wick and August like scoffing like overcompensation.
Yeah.
Atlas points out, I do like Wick's idea, I won't lie. Not necessarily because that might be the truth, but that we can discern from their reactions if it is true that they're missing someone, or if they immediately want us to shut up. Either way.
The guy didn't say that these guys were like
violent.
Bad. Yeah, violent. I mean, we can. Wick and I have a little bit of a history with playing bludgeon ball against guys like this, but these guys were like, what's it called? Banned a long time ago.
Cheaters.
They were cheaters, but like, I mean, they weren't like, we don't remember them being like murderers or anything. Like, I mean, we're not sneaking up on an enemy camp right now. We're just. We're going
to deliver news that, good or bad, these people have a body to come pick up.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, I just thought, like, coming from two of you that might have a connection, it might go smoother than, say, from Atlas or I.
I mean, we might not know these people on a personal level. We just know of their ex-team. You know,
but you could say, like, if they're wearing the colors, you could say, like,
Coco, I adore you, but I'm pretty sure I've broken more than one of these dudes' noses. Like, with this fist. I can do it. I'll go up there and tell them, hey, one of your friends is dead, but
We don't necessarily need to make this about bludgeon ball.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you guys think is best. It's what I think is good.
I'm
I
gonna
have
go.
no trouble delivering the news. I
Well,
just put mysterious tower, dead bodies. They're my first suspects. But regardless, your thoughtfulness on the matter is good, and I have no problem maintaining that.
well, come on. Whoever's going with me, and I just start walking toward the door.
Yeah, August is walking with him.
Atlas, of course, proceeds.
Yeah, we shouldn't leave them alone.
Oh, is that?
We shouldn't leave them alone.
Oh. Can't leave the tanks alone. Tanks just get into trouble.
Right? I'd rather be closer.
Out of character, did the men flying around on the boats notice or seem at all suspicious of their swallow friend? Their sparrow
No.
friend? Cool.
No, a bird is not gonna cause any suspicion.
And are we...
And,
Okay,
sorry, go on.
Never mind.
You
Go
sure?
for it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, can I prepare guidance before we knock on the door?
Yes, and
Thank
have
you.
it at the ready just in case.
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
I just try to remember.
Yeah. And then you will have it ready for the next check. It's just when you get a roll out of nowhere,
I always
like a
forget.
passive roll.
Yeah, just looking at the giant vultures with their sharp claws and stuff. I'm not gonna have my sword out, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my shield out, just to have that ready.
As you approach the tower, a gap of 20 feet separates the ledge where the path ends from the closed drawbridge on Feathergale's spire. The space between the cliff's edge and the gatehouse drops several hundred feet down to the bottom of the canyon. Near the ledge, a brass bell hangs from a wooden post.
I ring it.
Bong!
Dinner's ready.
A small window opens near the gate, and you see a freckled young woman peer her nose out, looking at you with her green eyes. Oh, hello there!
Hey.
How are you?
Good. We come bearing possibly not good news, though?
Oh dear, what seems to be the bother?
Are any of your members, missing currently?
Possibly.
You might
Why
want
do
to
you ask?
get a check on that, because, there was an attack outside of the town we just came from, and
Oh dear.
we found one of your members.
Possibly.
You see her hand come in front of her mouth.
Yeah.
Gasp!
Can I insight check her?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, she's full of shit. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I don't remember if my insight's good or not. It's good, yeah. 17?
17. She actually is pleased that you've let her know about her companions missing. Though her surprise that there was an attack, she does not seem surprised at that, but she seems surprised that someone is coming here reporting the body. And she's actually happy about that. In a, oh wow, one of my comrades, you found the body, awesome, we can handle it. Nice, thank you. Genuine.
Yeah. We just wanted to let you know because it's a nice thing to do.
Where is the body?
Outside of the town that we were from.
Red Larch.
Yeah, Red Larch.
Outside of Red. Oh, okay. All right. Well, just one moment. The slat closes, and then there's a as the drawbridge lowers down.
while the drawbridge is
And
lowering, can I like whisper what I heard or what I kind of figured out to
Of course.
August? Yeah.
of course.
Huh. So they're used to their guys still causing trouble.
And she looks like she's 18. Thin. She's wearing the same kind of quickly rushes forward and she offers her hand to shake it in thanks. She's like, oh, thank you so much.
Wick shakes it.
Can, can we should we go? Oh, you're right. It's an awkward time. We're just getting ready for it's feast day. We kind of have a celebration tonight. It's the 10th anniversary of the formation of our little club here.
Your club.
Gotcha. Yes. But we also we also should collect the body, but I'm just not sure. I'll tell you what. Why don't you come in? We'll invite you as part of the feast as honored guests. We'll talk about how to get the body. We'll talk about all that, and you can come in and have a good time with us. Everyone's friends here at Feathergale Spire.
Side check?
Yep.
I don't have friends. Where's my insight? Okay. 17.
17. Her offer of friendship is genuine.
Okay.
She is thankful.
I just want to make sure this doesn't seem like new fodder.
Yeah, if there is a threat, it's not by any duplicity on her part.
Okay. Okay.
Atlas wants to do detect. Is just gonna cast detect magic and take
Yes.
a slot for this effort.
Yep. You quickly cast. The outfit she's wearing is magic. She is wearing a transmutation magic outfit.
And
Some
what about
sort.
the tower area?
Not. You can't really see the
that's
whole
right.
tower. Yeah.
That
But yeah,
matters
you can tell.
for-
You can tell she's wearing a magic thing.
Okay. But she's not casting anything.
No, she's not casting anything.
Okay. Cool beans.
And so, do you go in?
Wick's gonna say the offer sounds great, but I know that we do also have other plans that we were trying to get to. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys.
I understand.
If you are interested in getting your body, however, if you go back to the town and ask for us after your celebration, we'd be
Okay.
happy to assist.
All right. I think we should. I would like to do that on the morrow. We'll how about I meet you in town tomorrow, and then we'll sort that out.
What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, August is gonna kind of give you you guys feel like this is sketch, then doesn't hurt my feelings.
Capital.
What?
Right. We'll get back to our
Capital.
business, and I'm glad that we were able to let you guys know that something had happened.
Thank you. I dare say we may owe you a favor in the future. I have to take that up with the boss, of course, but my honor would demand it.
We appreciate the invitation. And
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Everyone to make me a perception check, please.
okay. Okay. 17.
19.
Bloody hell, Atlas is not having a good time today. 8.
I can do you one better.
Okay.
6.
All right. So, as she says, thanks you, and she leaves, and the drawbridge starts to close. You notice that there's a display of lances on one wall, and it catches your eye because it looks like a bludgeon ball banner wielded by one of the teams. And you recognize the blue and white as the colors of the Weather Guard. However,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Somebody message him. Somebody message him, please. I'm gonna. Please let him know.
Teleported to the room.
we're gonna restart that. So, as the drawbridge closes, after you discuss what to do, after you decide to meet up in the town, you turn around and you see one of the walls has the blue and white of the Weather Guard, and you recognize that as kind of the team icon. But instead of the griffin rampant that was in the center of it back in the days that you played bludgeon ball, instead you see that symbol.
Oh.
And then the drawbridge closes, and that is where we're going to pause.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off the recording. 3, 2, 1.